Good morning, everybody. So, today we'll be starting with the second part of our religious places series in the mapping segment. So, let us look at the first location of the day. The first location is Mandu, which is, as you can see, it is here in this place. And the important details of this place we can see are it is located in the Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh, which is near the NH3 highway, and it is nearly around 100 kilometers from Indore, which is an important city in Madhya Pradesh. So as you can see, this is Indore, and 100 kilometers southwest is Mandu. And other important details of this place are it is essentially an important place of Afghan architectural heritage. And other details of this place are it is famous for the last Sultan of Malwa, Baj Bahadur, and his wife Roopmati. And if you talk about other attractions of this place are Roopmati Palace, Mandu Fort, Jahaj Mahal, Hindola Mahal, and Ashrafi Mahal. Also, if you can see geographically, it is located on a low elevation of the Vindhyan range. So Vindhyan range is passing through this place. It is Narmada, and it is located at a low elevation in the Vindhyan ranges, and it is located southwest of Indore, roughly around 100 kilometers. So the second location of the day we have with us is the Konark, and famous for its Konark temple, and it is located here just northeast of Puri on the eastern coast of the country near the Bay of Bengal. And if you talk about the important characteristics of this place is it is 35 kilometers northeast from Puri on the coastline of Orissa. So this distance is 35 kilometers and it is on the coastline of Orissa. And other characteristics of this place, if you look at, is this is Puri, this is Konark, and this is the capital of Orissa, Bhubaneswar. So around 35 kilometers the distance between Puri and Konark. So we're looking at Puri in different slides. So other characteristics of Konark, if you look at, so it is located on the coast of Bay of Bengal in the center of Mahanadi Delta. So here the Mahanadi Delta is there, which is a very fertile and a plain flat plains where so much agriculture activities are also been undertaken. And if you talk about it, is essentially a World Heritage Site, and some of the temples are adorned with Adiotic sculptures of the times. So Adiotic sculptures are found in this place. And while answering or giving details of the religious places in the mapping, you can essentially use your frameworks of art and culture which you have read in your GS, and you can essentially use one or two characteristics from those frameworks while giving details of these religious places. The third segment or the third entry of the day is Puri. So we know that the distance between Konark and Puri was 35 kilometers, and it is also located on the eastern coastline in Orissa. And the other locations of this, other details of this place are, it is the district headquarters of Puri district, and which is, if you talk about, it is 60 kilometers from Bhubaneswar. And here the Bhargavi river, which is essentially a tributary of Mahanadi, flows by. So Bhargavi river is nearby to this place, and it is essentially a tributary to this Mahanadi, and this is our Mahanadi Delta. So again, it is essentially a fertile and a low plain area where density of population is generally high. So if you look at the other characteristics, we have already talked about this, and it is famous for Jagannath temple, where the Yath Yatra is held every year. And recently the President Ramnath Kovind released rupees 1010 commemorative coins on the occasion of Naba Kalebar festival observed in the Sri Jagannath temple at Puri. So this is the contemporary aspect in the detail which you can give. And it is also one of the original Char Dham pilgrimage site of Hindus. In the last class on the mapping of religious places, we have essentially discussed the concept of Char Dham, which was given by Adi Shankaracharya, and the other concept of Chota Char Dham, which is used to difference from those main Char Dhams. So we have already covered that in the earlier classes. And if you talk about Puri, it is also been chosen under the Hriday Yojana of Government of India, which is essentially the Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana, to improve the heritage, which is essentially and also covered under the DPSPs of our constitution. The fourth location of the day is Ajanta. So Ajanta, as you all know, is famous for its cave, and nearby to its southwest to it is Ellora, which is also an important cave location of the ancient times. So they both are located in the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra, and Ajanta is primarily having the dominancy or importance or influence of Buddhist cave architecture, while Ellora has both Buddhist, Jainist, and Hindus dominance. So other characteristics of Ajanta, if you want to look at, is, so these are the Ajanta ranges. This is Ajanta, and this is our Ellora, and this is coming under the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra. So it is essentially a rock cut Buddhist cave in the Aurangabad district, and if you know that this entire area has been characterized by Deccan traps, which is essentially flood basaltic plateau, and these caves are being carved out from those Deccan traps. Due to the successive volcanic eruption, these Deccan traps were formed, and these caves are further being carved out from these basaltic floods. So we all know that the last volcanic eruption, which was the major one, was happened in the Cretaceous period, and from there these Deccan traps were formed, and essentially the Ajanta caves are being carved out from these Deccan traps. And also both Ajanta and Ellora are being protected by Archaeological Survey of India, and so they are under protection. Other characteristics, if you look at, is it has a series of 29 caves, which are mostly containing Buddhist frescoes and sculptures, and the caves are cut on the gorge of Vagor river, a tributary of Godavari. So Vagor river also cuts the basaltic floods or plains or plateaus, or the Deccan traps. They are cutting a gorge, and which is an important tributary of Godavari, and we all know that it is a World Heritage Site. So the next is Ellora. We have already discussed Ajanta and Ellora. So Ellora has more influence of both the three famous religions of India, that is Jainism, Hinduism, and Buddhism, while Ajanta is primarily a Buddhist rock cut architecture. So if you look at, these are our Ajanta, this is Ajanta ranges, and this is Ellora. So southwest to Ajanta, we can say we have our Ellora, and they both come under the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra. Other characteristics, if you look at, are these are located in southwestern part of Ajanta. We have already talked about it, and these are also famous for rock caves, paintings. And the cave 16 features the largest single monolithic rock excavation in the world, which is largest in the world. The Kailasha temple is located here, which is a chariot shaped monument dedicated to Lord Shiva. So both Ajanta and Ellora, as we already discussed, are World Heritage Site under UNESCO, and are both been protected by ASI, that is Archaeological Survey of India. Moving ahead, we have the next entry is Nanded, which is also a place located in Maharashtra. And Nanded, if you talk about, it is also called as City of Gurudwaras, and the famous Hazur Sahib Gurudwara is also located in Nanded. And other characteristics of this place, if you talk about, are, so this is Nanded, and it is located between Penganga and Godavari rivers in Maharashtra. So between Penganga and Godavari rivers, which are flowing through Maharashtra, it is located in between both of them. And the Sikh pilgrimage Gurudwara built to commemorate the assassination of 10th Guru Gobind Singh in 1708. And famous industries of this place are cotton, textile, and leather. So as you all know that the 10th Sikh Guru, that is Guru Gobind Singh, made this place Nanded as his permanent abode till his death. So till his death he was living here and made his permanent abode till his death. And also the famous Hazur Sahib is also located in this place only. So the next entry we have is the Shirdi. So as you can see, it is in another important religious place in Maharashtra, and it is located near to this Kalsubai peak. So this is Kalsubai peak, and this is Godavari going nearby to it. So this is Shirdi. It is essentially a really important religious place, and a place where the famous Sai Baba resides till his death. So other characteristics of this place is, it is located in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra, and it is best known for as late 19th century home of the popular Guru Shirdi Sai Baba. And the famous Shani Shignapur, a holy place located near Shirdi, is famous for Temple of Lord Shani. Also, these are the other recently current oriented details you can add to this place. The next location we have is Badami. So the Badami rock cut cave architecture and all are located here, and it is formerly known as Batapi, and it is in the Bagalkot district of Karnataka. So this is the place of Badami. As you can see, this is Bagalkot district of Karnataka, and it comes under its jurisdiction, Badami. And Belgaum, it is another important district of Karnataka. So if you look at the other essential characteristics, it is also an heritage city which was covered under the Hriday Yojana of Government of India. And Hriday is essentially the Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana. Other characteristics, if you look at, it was a regal. By regal we means the place where the kings and their forts used to be there. So regal means the king capital of Badami Chalukyas during the time period of 540 to 557 AD, and it is famous for rock cut and other structural temples. Badami primarily has 18 inscriptions, and one of the defining features of this place is the panoramic view of the Agastya Lake, which is an important tourist destination. So the next location we have is the Hampi, and Hampi is essentially located in the Ballari district of Karnataka. And one of the important fact of this place is the Hampi Vijayanagara place was considered as the world's second largest city in the medieval era, after the first one being the Beijing in China. So in the medieval era, it was the second largest city of the world after Beijing. Other locations, other details if you look at, so this is Hampi, and it is located in the Bellary district of Karnataka, and Hospet is also located nearby to it. So these are essentially the ruins of Vijayanagara, the former capital of Vijayanagara Empire, and also here the Virupaksha temple and other several monuments are found, and thus these ruins are covered under UNESCO's World Heritage Site. And also essentially it is located on the banks of river Tungabhadra and near the Tungabhadra Dam. So this is Tungabhadra Dam, and it is located on the banks of Tungabhadra river. So moving ahead, we have the next location as Halebidu, and if you literally translate Halebidu, it means the old capital. So again, it is a regal capital of the region, which means the place where kings used to have their headquarters and power authority. So Halebidu, if you talk about, it is located here, and other locations, if you other details you see is, so this is the important Hassan district of Karnataka, and nearby to this Halebidu located, and these are the other things. It is located in Hassan district of Karnataka. Also earlier it was called as Dwar Samudram, which was a legal capital of Hoysala Empire in 12th century, and it is known for Hoysaleshwar and Kedareshwar temples, and the temples are now being proposed for World Heritage Site. Another location we look at, the next one is Aihole. So Aihole is also located nearby to this Badami place, and it is essentially in the northeast to Badami. This Aihole location is located, and here both Buddhist, Hindus and Jain monuments are found, and it is essentially, if you talk about, it is 35 kilometers northeast of Badami caves, and here the Pattadakal caves are site is important UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this is Aihole, and this is our Badami, and the distance between two is 35 kilometers. And other characteristics if you talk about is, it comes under the Bagalkot district of Karnataka, located east of Pattagal along the Malprabha river. So it is east of this Pattadakal place, and it is an important tourist spot and known for its Aihole inscriptions. And Pattadakal is an important UNESCO World Heritage Site. The next location we have is Tirupati, and Tirupati is also called as the spiritual capital of Andhra Pradesh, and it is selected. So Tirupati is selected as one of the cities under the 100 smart cities of Government of India under the Smart City Mission. And here also the famous Sri Venkateshwar temple is located, which we have already discussed in our previous classes. And this Venkateshwar temple, it sits atop on one of the 7 peaks of Tirumala hills. So there are 7 peaks of Tirumala hills, and on one of its peak, this Sri Venkateshwar temple is located. So it is this place where this temple is located, and it is one of the smart cities under Smart City Mission of Government of India. Other details if you talk about are, so Chittoor district of Andhra Pradesh located very nearby, and it comes under jurisdiction of this Chittoor district. So we have already discussed this, and it is also near the border of Tamil Nadu. It is seat of Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams, and the Venkateshwar temple attracts thousands of pilgrimages, most visited religious shrine of India. And here the Sri Venkateshwar National Park and Sheshachalam Hills, which is essentially a biosphere reserve, are located in the nearby vicinity. So going forward, we have the next entry, which is Kanchipuram. So Kanchipuram is located to the southeast of Tirupati, and if you talk about Kanchipuram, it is also south west of Chennai and also called as Varanasi of South. So Kanchipuram is essentially also called as Varanasi of South. Like other important cities we have looked before, it is also covered under Hridaya Yojana of Government of India, and it is located on the banks of Vegavati river, which is essentially a tributary of Palar river Palar. So other details if you look at, this is Palar river, and it is Kanchipuram is located on the banks of Vegavati river, and it is south west of Chennai. So if you look at, it is southwest of Chennai and located on the banks of Palar or Vegavati river, we can say, and it is founded in 3rd century BC. So the famous Kanchipuram silk saris have been given geographical indication by the government, and it is essentially under the 18 geographical indication tagged products of Tamil Nadu. So another location is Mamlapuram. So it is also located in the southward direction from Kanchipuram. This is Mamlapuram. It is in the Kanchipuram district of Tamil Nadu, and it was one of the 2 major port cities during the 7th century under the Palwa kingdom. So Mamlapuram was an important port city as well in the ancient times or during the 7th century. So if we talk about the other details of this place, Mamlapuram, we can see it is also known as Mahabalipuram, and it is located south of Chennai, and it is an ancient port famous for its monuments of the Palwa dynasty. So it was one of the 2 major port cities during the 7th century under Palwa kingdom, and rock cut temples are also found at its sea coast, and here the Mamlapuram stone sculptures are given geographical indications, and it is a World Heritage Site. The next entry we have is Rameshwaram. So Rameshwaram, if you look closely in this area, it is located in the central part of this Pamban Island. So this is our Pamban Island, and this Pamban Island is connected to the mainland from this Pamban Bridge. So there is Pamban Bridge in between the two, through which this Pamban Island is connected to the mainland of Tamil Nadu. And it is, if you see, it is the closest point to reach Sri Lanka from India. So this is the closest point from where we can reach to Sri Lanka from India, and it is located, or it is coming in the district of Ramanathanpuram. So other characteristics of this place, if you see, it has ancient Lingam and 16th and 17th century Shiva and Vishnu temples, and it is, of course, we have already talked about this, it is one of the 4 dhams of Hindus, the other being Badrinath, Dwarka and Puri, and the 4th one is Rameshwaram. Also Gulf of Mannar starts from this area only. Moving ahead, the next location is Madurai, and if you talk about Madurai, it actually lies on the flat and fertile plains of Vegai. So nearby Vegai rivers is flowing, and if you see, this is Madurai and this is the Vegai river, and it essentially lies on the flat and fertile plains of Vegai. Other characteristics, if you want to look this, It is a million plus city located on the banks of Vaigai River. It was the capital of the Pandya kingdom and it is famous for its Meenakshi temple. It is also known as City of Temples and the cultural capital of Tamil Nadu. And we all know that Senkota Pass connects Madurai with Kochi. And this is all you can write in this entry. The next is Shravanbelagola, which is in Karnataka, and it is an important Jain pilgrimage site. So it is located here. If you want to look at it, is this Shravanbelagola. This is the nearby district, Hassan district, and this is Mysore. Other details of this place. It is located in the Hassan district of Karnataka, and it is famous for the statue of Gomateshwar or Bahubali, which is one of the most important Jain pilgrimage site. And if you talk about, there are essentially two hills in the nearby vicinity of Shravanbelagola. These two hills are Chandragiri and Vidyagiri, and this statue of Gomateshwara essentially lies in the Vidyagiri hills, on the Vidyagiri hills, which is 50. This Gomateshwara statue is 58 feet tall, monolith statue. So it is a monolith statue of Gomateshwara, and it is at times considered as the world's largest monolithic statue. And recently, the President of India inaugurated the Maha Mastakalivesha, which is the largest gathering of Jains in the world, in Shravanbelagola. Also, the Shruta Kevali, Bhadrabahu Swami and Chandragupta Maurya used to meditate here in this area of Shravanbelagola. The next location we have is Fatehpur Sikri, which is a city been found by Mughal Emperor Akbar, and it has numerous red sandstone building clusters, and also the famous Buland Darwaza, which is providing entrance to the Jama Masjid Mosque. And nearby to this place in Fatehpur Sikri only, a marble tomb of Salim Chishti is also located. So other characteristics of this place, it is located very near to Agra, and so essentially it is 35 km west of Agra in Uttar Pradesh. Of course, it is built by Akbar in honor of Salim Chishti, and it has the Buland Darwaza, which is an entrance to the Jama Masjid Mosque, which is the largest gate in India. Also, the famous Ibadat Khana, house of worship, was a meeting house built in 1575 century by Mughal Emperor Akbar, where the foundations of new syncretic faith were laid down by Akbar. So moving ahead, we have the next entry, which is Ajmer. So Ajmer is famous for its Dargah of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. So it is located here. It is from this place the Aravali's bifurcate into small ridges, which are essentially devoid of their forest cover, and below Ajmer, the Aravali's is on a continuous shape to become broad, and it becomes the broadest at the Mount Abu area, where it essentially receives the highest rainfall in its entire range. So there we can find a good vegetation cover as well. So in Ajmer it is located, the Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Dargah. So this is Ajmer. So it is around 2.5 hours distance from Jaipur, which is the capital city of Rajasthan. And if you look at other characteristics, it is situated along the Anasagar artificial lake, which is an artificial lake. It was being made by damming the Luni river in the 12th century. Also, the Dargah of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti is located here. The famous NH8 is passing through it. And if you talk about nearby to this place, Pushkar is also located, which is the seat of Lord Brahma, and a famous Pushkar lake is also located, where the Pushkar fair is organized, and this fair is a world famous camel fair of the world. So the next entry we have is Rajim, and Rajim, if you talk about, it is in the Gariyaband district. I repeat, Gariyaband district of Chhattisgarh, and this is the Gariyaband district of Chhattisgarh, and here only the location of Rajim is there. It is not shown in this map. And if you talk about, it is located at the confluence of Mahanadi, Peri and Sondur rivers, which is also called as a mini Triveni Sangam, and it is known as the Prayag of Chhattisgarh. The famous temples of this place, if you talk about, are Shri Rajiv Lochan Mandir and Kuleshwara Mahadeva Mandir. Here only the annual Rajiv Mela is promoted as Panchwa Kumbh Mela. So it is being held here. Now coming forward with the next entry is Maihar. So this is Maihar. It is located here. And Maihar, if you talk about, this is there Maihar, and this is the Satna district of Madhya Pradesh. So it is located in the Satna district of Madhya Pradesh. And if you talk about the other characteristics of this place, it is known for the temple of revered Mother Goddess Sharda, situated on the Trikuta hills. And if you talk about, it is believed that Alha and Udal, these were the famous warriors under the king Chandela of the times, which went on a war with Prithviraj Chauhan. And it is believed that Alha and Udal were the strong devotees and followers of Goddess Sharda. And people believe that Allah performs puja daily at 4 a.m. even today. So this is something mythological in nature, the characteristics, but you can write other characteristics as well along with it. So this is Maihar. You can see it is located near the Satna district of Madhya Pradesh. So the next we have is Mehndipur Balaji. So it is located near Jaipur in Rajasthan. And if you talk about Mehndipur Balaji, it is an important Hindu pilgrim site, which is essentially belonging to the god Hanuman, whose other name is Balaji. And if you look at the exact place, so this is Jaipur, the capital city of Rajasthan, and nearby to Jaipur, around 20-25 kilometers, is the Dausa district of Rajasthan. And here only the Mehndipur Balaji site is located. And other characteristics if you talk about, these dedicated Lord Hanuman, and it is believed that the divine power cures any person possessed by evil spirit. So here it is a common notion that the divine power here cures any person possessed by evil spirit. And it is in Dausa district of Rajasthan, and the temple is located 3 kilometers towards right of the Jaipur Agra National Highway. So it is 3 kilometers towards the right end of this highway in the Rajasthan state. So this is all for the day. I hope you enjoyed the mapping of religious places. So we have covered it in part 1 and part 2. Do watch part 1 as well, because there we have given the concept of Char Dham and Chota Char Dham. The concept of Char Dham was given by Adi Shankaracharya, and you can write your own perspectives in religious places segment, especially relating to the art and cultures of the specific sites and places. So thank you.